Rosalba Fuentes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Fuentes, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Yes, Judge. On November 17, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a residence in Harris County, Texas, in reference to a past assault. The officer made contact with the victim, who stated that he was separated from the defendant and had been staying at a different location for the time being, and that on that day, the defendant, he told the defendant he was going to come by the residence to pick up his firearm. The CW, the complainant, said that while they were inside the residence, the defendant handed him an empty firearm box. However, she was holding the firearm in her hand with a holster. The complainant said the defendant did not threaten with or point the firearm at him, but would not give him the firearm, so he decided to leave, and she blocked him at the front.
She blocks the door once then again, and that's no simple misunderstanding anymore. It's edging into unlawful restraint. And when she refuses to give back the firearm, the situation shifts from tense to dangerous.
The complainant stated that he then decided to leave through the garage, at which time the defendant blocked him again, and the complainant said he was finally able to leave, and then grabbed the firearm from the defendant, who then struck him in the right side of his face with her hand. The complainant informed the officer that he felt pain.
Okay. And I think if you said that they were on the outs, right?
I apologize.
As far as
Yes, they were separated.
relationship, it's on the outs?
Yeah, they were separated.
Okay. Ms. Fuentes, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. There is a protective order that has been issued in this case. I would get to know it. If you do something to violate the protective order, the state can and will file additional charges against you. They'll file a violation.
This is a textbook case of protective order basics. The judge isn't joking around. He's giving her a clear warning, one wrong step, and she'll be in violation, adding real time to the charges she's already facing.
Protective order, and then it'll go sideways real quick. I'm ordering you not to have any contact with this person, not to be in possession of any weapons. As long as you can abide by these conditions, you and I will be fine. Otherwise, I'm going to lock you up. All I wanted to do is protect my county, and I'll do it by any means. You understand? Okay. Do you mind filing no contact and no weapons?
Yes, sir.
What do you do for a living, Ms. Fuentes?
Excuse me?
What do you do for a living?
I'm a provider. I take care of my mom.
You do what?
I'm a health.
So home health care.
Yes, sir.
And how much money do you make from that?
I work 29 hours a week.
On average, how much are you making today?
Monthly, like 200.
Do you have any children? Do you have any other sources of income? Did you want to apply for an appointed lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me see. I have one already. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and grant it. I'm going to have you speak with Victoria. We're going to have you sign a reset. After that, I'll have you take your seat in the jury box. Remember, if he calls you, don't answer the phone. If he texts you, do not reply. If he comes to your house, don't open the door.
Sure.
You're not to go within the address listed in this order for protection. If you do, you're going to end up in jail. And I don't know who you have in your life, but if I make your bond $10,000 and you don't have anyone to pony up that kind of money, you'll be stuck like Chuck in there until this thing is over with. So take care when you're out there.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Understand.
Please.
Thank you.
Dominic Martinez.
Yes, sir.
Round 2. Dominic Martinez. First assault. Now a new DWI. When your record starts reading like a running list of poor choices, the court's patience runs out quick.
Mr. Martinez, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Oh. Looks like he just picked up a DWI.
Yes, Judge.
He's been on bond for an assault of a family member, and now he picked up a DWI second.
He was just filed on the 21st of this.
Going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir.
Probable cause on the DWI or
Yeah.
On November 21st of 2024, the officer observed a motor vehicle traveling eastbound in Harris County, Texas, weaving in and out of its lane. The officer observed the vehicle to cross over the traffic line dividers with its driver's side tires, and the officer then ran the vehicle's license plate through NCIC and observed the registration to be expired as of September 2024. The traffic stop was initiated, and the officer made contact with the driver, the defendant. The officer was handed a Texas ID, not a driver's license, and upon researching this, the officer found that the driver's license of the defendant was not eligible and that he had an outstanding warrant. Furthermore, the officer noted the prevalent odor of an alcoholic beverage emanating from inside the vehicle, and the officer observed droopy eyelids and the defendant to have poor coordination in looking for his wallet. The defendant was removed from his vehicle, and the officer further noted slurred speech, red, glassy, watery, bloodshot eyes, and the smell of a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage. The officer noted that the defendant's speech was also very dry and that the defendant had cotton mouth, and the officer observed the defendant burp and could smell, furthermore, odor of an alcoholic beverage, even more prevalent. The defendant stated he was coming from a local bar where he had consumed 3 Michelob Ultra beers when asked about the smell of alcohol, and the defendant stated that he had been drinking and told the officer, "Take me, I'll take it, that's fine," referring to him being taken to jail. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted, HGN 6 out of 6, and walk and turn was not performed as the defendant began arguing with the officer, stating that he was falsely accused last time he did the test. The defendant refused to use an imaginary line and further refused the testing. DIC was read, and the defendant refused. A blood search warrant was signed and executed.
Was this an open 2B? Was he on bond for this case, for the assault? And he pick up a DWI? Had we put conditions on him not to consume? Had we done anything with the assault and then he pick up a DWI?
The assault family member was a 2B for a few months. There was an open warrant for a few months before it was on.
Martinez, let's go through some of your history here. Since 21, DWI, interference, another DWI, and now in 24, another assault and another DWI. I want you to do, and I want you to understand something and hear me clear, Mr. Martinez. I will do everything in my power to protect my county at all costs. Take note, because I'm putting a whole host of conditions on you now, and if I find that you violate this, I will deem you a public danger, put you in jail, and make your bond so high.
I'll set your bond so high your teeth will rattle loose. This judge just snapped into full drill sergeant mode. And that's not just bark. It's a real warning to repeat offenders. Break your bond terms and you'll pay for it. Big time. Literally.
Falling out. Do you understand? You are not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising you're not going to drive. I don't care what is going on in your life. Do not drive. If you do, I can have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get into a car.
Yes.
Tell me about the assault, please.
Yes, Judge. So for the assault, the complainant and the defendant are in a dating relationship, and on September 28, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a physical disturbance in Harris County, Texas, where the officer spoke with the complainant. He stated that she and the defendant began to argue. The complainant stated she wanted to leave, and while walking out, the defendant struck her with an open hand to her right cheek. The complainant stated she fell to the ground. The complainant then went to her car, saying she was going to call 911. The defendant followed her, asking if she was really calling 911, before then fleeing the scene. The officer observed the complainant's cheek to be red and swollen.
Alcohol a factor? Do you know?
There's no allegations, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I am now ordering you not to drive, and I am giving you a curfew. I'm giving you a curfew of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. that you're not allowed to go out. On one ankle, I will put a GPS monitor. On your other ankle, I'm going to put a scram monitor so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. You violate any of these conditions, life will not go well for you. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Can you file orders for a guardian interlock? I am also now ordering you not to drive any vehicle that doesn't have a guardian interlock. We are sending notice to DPS now, so if you're caught driving a vehicle and it doesn't have an interlock on it, every officer will know about it, and hopefully they will put you into custody. If not, somehow, my magic ball, I will find it, and I'm gonna find you, and it's not gonna go well. Do you understand?
Yes.
We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'll first have you swear to us that you're not going to get into a car, sign a reset with Victoria, and then you'll get with Felicia for your bond conditions. Don't pick up a third case.
Yes.
Are you doing the more?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Come back. I forgot.
GPS and Scram, how long would you like for those?
Today.
Today.
With the assault case, I am entering what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection that identifies Ms. Gonzalez as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.07 of the Texas Penal Code.
Stalking laws, 200-foot restrictions, emergency protection orders. This is a full legal lockdown. And here's the takeaway in domestic cases: perception is reality. It's not just what you say, it's how she hears it. That can make all the difference.
Stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot go within 200 feet of where she lives, where she works.
She's my fiance now, sir. And now, so now
Not
just
have any
move.
contact with
Just
her
move.
until
Keep
I
us
know
up.
that she does. So I'm going to have her, if she's here, we can have her talk to the DAs.
I'm going to get her here. That's fine.
Just, I don't want you to say anything, Mr. Martinez. You're in enough as it is now. Just don't. Until I know that she wants to have
we live
contact
together
with
now,
you.
so that's why I want to know, do I need to get my stuff today and go?
I'm entering this order for protection today. You cannot go back at this point until I know that they have contact with her. I mean, we have a full house today. Here in a
I
bit,
just don't want to, I don't want to mess up. That's why I asked. Okay.
in a bit, I can have them reach out to her to see what her position is.
Yes.
But regardless, I want you to understand, no threatening or harassing contact.
No.
What is threatening or harassing doesn't matter what you think. It's what she perceives. So is that threatening, harassing? It is. So be careful. All right, I'll have you sign all the documents and then we'll just have you take a seat in the jury box. THA. Morning, Mr. Gutierrez. How's it going?
All right.
We have 2 warrants for your arrest. You were placed on probation in this court for driving while intoxicated.
Sir,
I want to say he went to residential. No?
I went to YMAC.
And then, was it absconded afterwards or? It's okay. Take your time. No rush. As it stands now, it looks like you picked up a possession of a controlled substance in September of this year. We have you now here. I don't even know. Did you just walk in here today? Is that what happened?
I had my probation officer.
I don't want you to say anything just because, look, you have a lot of rights.
Sure.
Anything that you say, they can and will use it against you. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. I'm going to appoint you a lawyer now. I don't remember anything about, all I know is that we've had quite a history with you as far as, you know, your first PCS was in 17, 21 was your DWI, 23 another PCS, that same year another DWI. While you're on probation, I guess took off, and now we've got you back here on a new case on the PCS. Morgan, what happened on the new, please?
So the officers were dispatched to a theft at a Circle K in Haytown. They received a description of the suspect from an employee.
That's right.
The officers began searching the area and observed the defendant in the roadway who matched the given description and was also in possession of the stolen merchandise. The officers transported him back to the Circle K where he was positively ID'd. During the search incident to the arrest, officers located white pills in a Ziploc bag believed to be Xanax.
All right, so Mr. Gutierrez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward on that new case now. I don't know where we go from here. I don't know what's been going on in your life. All I know is that it's been a lot of cases, and I don't know. So I'm going to take you in now. I'm going to appoint you a lawyer, and then we'll see how we go forward. I mean, you're still on probation in this court, so what I would say is probably just do another TRAS so we get an updated one and see how we go forward. Please be honest. That's all I'm asking you to do, is be honest, because if not, I'm going to redo it. You know, we need to figure out what's going on. Figure out how do we go forward from here. I don't know. All I know is that you've got 2 open cases. We haven't seen you for a long time. I'll work with you, but I got to know how to move forward. So I'll appoint you a lawyer now, and then we'll figure out how to go forward. Okay?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Don't send him down. Are you here with anyone today, Mr. Celestino? Are you here with anyone today?
Sir.
Where are your folks?
My parents are both working.
Therein lies the rub. You know, when the cat's away, the mice will play. I'm now putting a monitor on your ankle. And if I find that you consume anything else, I'm now sending you for a drug test as well, because I want to know what, if anything, is in your system as far as drugs. If I find that you consume alcohol again, if I find that you consume marijuana, I'm going to make your bond so high, your hair, it's going to look like my hair because it'll be falling out. Do you understand? You are not to use alcohol. You are not to use marijuana at all at any time. And I'm now giving you a curfew as well. On one ankle, you will get a GPS monitor. On your other, you're going to get a scram because I don't want you out in the middle of the night. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. What would be my curfew?
$10 p.m. What do you do with yourself?
Right now, I'm working at an HVAC company. I start at 3 and I arrive home like around 3 a.m.
Nope, I'm not. I can't trust you, Mr. Celestino. I'm not letting you out until 3 in the morning. John.
I'm here, Judge.
If this is true, I want proof. But
okay.
I'm going to be hard pressed to let a 17-year-old be out at 3 in the morning.
We'll work on that, Judge.
Heed this warning, Mr. Celestino. The next time you test positive, it's really going to go backwards. Do you understand with me? Because I'm not going to play this game with you. You're 17 years old, you've got a DWI, and you continue to test positive. So one of 2 things is happening. Either you don't give a rat's behind about bond conditions, or you may have an issue. If you can't control yourself, and if you can't control it, then we'll do it my way. And my way is usually in custody in a treatment facility. I've given you the opportunity on multiple times for you to do this. And you've tested. I'm telling you, the next time, it really will not go